Welcome back, dear viewers. The second ministerial conference of the Russia-Africa Partnership Forum takes place in Cairo with high-level meetings planned. And we are joined live at NG with Nile TV's reporter Lobna Yehia. Lobna.
Good afternoon to you,
Good afternoon to you, Basma, and good afternoon to all our viewers watching Nile TV International.
Good afternoon. Lobna, would you please tell us more about the latest developments from the conference?
Yes, Basma, I am here.
Yes, Basma, I am here in the conference, the forum, the second ministerial Russian-African forum being held here in the heart of Cairo. You can say that the conference is very massive with attendees from over 50 African countries. It is hosted by Egypt this year, and the Foreign Minister Dr. Badr Abdulati in a press conference yesterday with the Foreign Minister of Russia, Sergei Lavrov, has emphasized on the friendship and the deep historic ties between Russia and Egypt. Also, the Foreign Minister Dr. Badr Abdulati made an address on behalf of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, and Sergei Lavrov, the Foreign Minister of Russia, also made an address on behalf of President Vladimir Putin. And in his address on behalf of the President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, Dr. Badr Abdulati expressed Egypt's deep pride in the African-Russian-Egypt's and partnership, which was launched during Egypt's presidency of the African Union in 2019 with the convening of its summit in Sochi. So you can say that today we are witnessing a very great cooperation between the African nations, the African continent, Russia and Egypt. Of course, in the press conference held yesterday, also Basma, the foreign ministers discussed very important files, regional and international, including regionally the Gaza file, the importance of the ceasefire being held very strongly. Also, they have talked about the importance of halting all violations of the ceasefire. They have also spoken with the Egyptian keen efforts in mediating in the Iranian and the IAEA file. They have spoken about the economic projects that bring together Russia and Egypt, especially with Russian projects taking place in the economic zone in Suez. So you can say that Egypt and Russia are coming together to solve lots of matters and issues on a regional and international platform. Also, Basma, the foreign minister expressed the historic ties and said that the friendship and the respect and understanding between Russia and Egypt is of long history and long and strong roots. So today we are anticipating a press conference at approximately 6 p.m. Cairo local time. And we are going to be witnessing the fruitfulness of this conference, this forum, to see the outcomes and the results of the cooperation and the agreements and memoranda of understandings that had been signed between the African nations and Egypt, Russia. We are waiting for a prosperous result from this conference.
Well, Lobna Yehia, Nile TV reporter live from the second ministerial conference of the Russia-Africa Partnership Forum. Thank you so much. And dear viewers, on behalf of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, Foreign Minister Badr Abdulati addressed the Russia-Africa Ministerial Forum. He expressed the Egyptian-Russian joint commitment to establish a more just international system built on peace and security to achieve people's aspiration in a world based on sovereignty, equality and non-interference in the country's internal affairs. We have more details in the following report.
Egypt hosted the second Ministerial Conference of the Russian-African Partnership Forum on Saturday with the participation of more than 50 African countries. On behalf of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, Foreign Minister Badr Abdel-Ati addressed the Russia-African Ministerial Forum, expressing the Egyptian-Russian joint commitment to establish a more just international system built on peace and security to achieve people's aspiration in a world based on sovereignty, equality and non-interference in the country's internal affairs, as well as the right of nations to self-determination according to the United Nations Chart and the resolutions of the Security Council. The forum focused on drafting a new African plan to be finalized at the 2026 summit in Addis Ababa, giving the priority to food security, energy and trilateral cooperation using Egyptian expertise and Russian resources to develop African states. The minister reflected on the remarkable momentum in Russia-African relations that began with the inaugural 2019 Sochi summit. He noted that the Cairo meeting serve as a critical bridge between the 2023 St. Petersburg summit and the upcoming third Russia-African summit scheduled for 2026. A central outcome of the Cairo forum is the drafting of a joint plan for 2026-2029. This plan is expected to focus on economic security and boosting trade volumes and investment in infrastructure, energy and food security via addressing the continent's most pressing resource challenges, regional stability through collaborative efforts to combat terrorism and resolve conflicts. The forum also showcased the unique role of Egypt as a gateway to Africa. Side events held during the conference explored the trilateral cooperation, a model where Egypt's expertise and Russia resources combine to launch development projects across other African nations.